Ooh, excuse me, pardon me. Is it that time? Oh my goodness. What is going on out, y'all? If you don't know, now you do know. My name is Clifton Pope, Health Fitness Wealth Business, and you are tuned in to excuse me, you are tuned in to the live broadcast of the Digital Sanctuary, your ambient sanctuary for a balanced fusion of poetry, meditation, and stillness. Welcome aboard, everyone, to the Cave from Within. Got to give yourself another round of applause for that, just alone, man. Welcome back. We are here, the Cave Within. Cheers to everyone for another episode of the Cave Within live broadcast here on kicks.com backslash Mr. Did Not Give Up 44. Subscribe at Mr. Did Not Give Up 44, as this is again the Cave Within. And of course, for those who are once again returning to another broadcast of the Cave Within, welcome back. Cheers. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cough. I'm over here drinking this cup of some premium English black tea with a squeeze of orange, the juice from an actual orange, and some lemon juice and honey. As we wind down, as we always do within the Cave Within, it's only right if I set the tone in that regard, of course. But for those who are regular broadcast viewers of the Cave Within, welcome back. For those who are tuning in for the first time, tonight's stream is for basically unwinding and returning to yourself through poetry, meditation, guided breath, ambient soundscape, and frequency based immersion. So we'll go over different kind of frequency sounds like you would hear from the chakras and everything. That's a kind of a main theme. And as if you're listening to this ambient background right now, for those on the live stream, I always like to try to create like a coffee shop, jazz music background kind of vibes. Just kind of picture yourself right at a coffee shop on a rainy day in your local neighborhood, maybe even downtown neighborhood, and you're just watching the cars pass you by. And as the cars pass by, you hear soothing music with the rhythm of jazz music in the background. That's the kind of mood that I want to establish for the most part within this broad daily broadcast of the Cave Within. And keep in mind, this is still for the restless souls. This is still for the night viewers. But this is also still for the deep feelers. This is your live digital sanctuary for people who want to unwind at night, who want to study, who want to focus, who want to sleep, who want to reflect and feel spiritually and creatively recentered. And as always, we always have a theme here, every single live broadcast of the Cave Within. Tonight's theme is a usual theme on this transformational Tuesday, I like to call it, as we transform the mind, body, and spirit every single day. So, as always, we're going to have our focus frequency for study and workflow. That is our theme tonight, y'all. Focus frequency for study and workflow. And for those who, again, who are tuning in for the first time, this is a late night session for all you overthinkers and overloaded achievers, I like to call them, in a good way, in a good way. Because the reason why I say that is because if your mind has been racing lately, and I could totally relate to this because prior to Resurrection Sunday and also prior to my 34th birthday, which I just celebrated yesterday, one more round of applause for that. 34 years old, baby. I'm just grateful to see another year of growth improvement, evolution, like always, from a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual standpoint. Yeah, for those who are in the chat, y'all got until the end of tonight to send me all your birthday wishes if you didn't get a chance to do so in the live broadcast yesterday for the birthday stream. You definitely missed out on that for sure. But if you follow me on YouTube at Health Fitness Wealth Business 8726. And if you follow me on Rumble at all caps CPHFWB44, you could actually go watch the whole live birthday stream. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel at Health Fitness Wealth Business, 1S on the business, 8726, and Rumble at CPHFWB44. You could type in the search engine, the cave within birthday stream, and it should come up. And you can watch the whole live stream on my YouTube and my Rumble page for those who didn't get a chance to tune in live like you currently are. But if you still want to know what happened during the stream, check it out on those platforms as well. I figured I'd let y'all know that because all of my streams, as soon as I do them live. I usually upload them on my YouTube page and on my Rumble page. That way, for people who want to catch the full stream from start to finish, they can do that. So, for those who are watching this live, YouTube at Health Fitness Wealth Business, 1S on the business, 8726. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to where you can catch all the live streams, the full video, start to finish. Same on my Rumble page at CPHFWB44. But as we keep things rocking and rolling with this focused frequency for study and workflow, of course, like I mentioned earlier, if your mind has been racing and if you've been carrying too much, because we all have those moments without a doubt. So if you're just trying to focus, you're trying to study, get ready for that next exam for all my college students who are like to watch things on stream and have that on the background, right? Finishing up your work, that big project, trying to meet that deadline, right? Or simply just to come back into your body after a long day. As always, the cave within is your room to be a part of. And you're definitely in the right room, without a doubt. You are definitely in the right room, without a doubt. But as we keep things rocking and rolling on this stream, or this broadcast rather, because it's deeper than a stream for me, it's a digital sanctuary for poetry, meditation, and stillness, your balanced fusion mixed together, of course. So let us establish our stillness for tonight. We'll go into our guided breath work. That way we can establish that stillness within the mind, within the body, within the spirit, because I'm a firm believer of breath work being the superhero of self care for a multitude of reasons. And one of the main reasons why I always like to say that breath work is the superhero of self care for me is because the stress reduction, right? You inhale calm and you exhale stress. And with your breath work, it helps you activate the parasympathetic nervous system because you got your central nervous system and you got your parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system, or PNS, is responsible for relaxation. And that basically means, in simple terms, less stress and anxiety in your life thanks to the power of your breath. And not to mention, it also helps out with your mental clarity, which is one of my favorite things about the power of breath work. It helps you focus and forget all the clutter and brain fog that goes on within your mind because deep and mindful breathing increases the oxygen flow to the brain, promoting better concentration and a clearer mind. Not to mention, it also helps improve your lung capacity, lower your blood pressure, better circulation. I can go on and on, but for now, let's just tune into the power of our breath, shall we? If you're laying down, relaxing, that's perfectly fine. Just relax, just kind of let your shoulders drop, relax your jaw, release any tension from your body. You know, place one hand on your heart, another hand on your above your belly button. And for those who are sitting down right now, sit down with a nice, tall, upright seated position. Place one hand on your heart, another hand above your belly button. You're going to gather yourself. You're going to inhale through your nose for 3 to 5 seconds, like always. You're going to hold your breath for 3 to 5 seconds and exhale for 3 to 5 seconds. We'll do that two more times together, y'all. As you inhale through your nose, hold your breath for a few seconds and exhale for 3 to 5 seconds. One more time together, everyone. We'll inhale through our nose for 3 to 5 seconds. Hold our breath for 3 to 5 seconds, and then once again, exhale for 3 to 5 seconds. And just remember, y'all, you do not have to solve everything tonight. No, you don't. You do not have to outrun your own mind tonight, as a friendly reminder. All you got to do is just show up and arrive. It's just that simple, y'all. It's just that simple. Just show up and arrive. And just a friendly reminder before we continue on with this live broadcast of the Cave Within, kicks.com/ Mr. Did Not Give Up 44. And if this space helps you breathe easier, relax and unwind and forget about the day a whole lot easier, please support the Cave Within by subscribing to Mr. Did Not Give Up 44 at Mr. Did Not Give Up 44 or kicks.com/ Mr. Did Not Give Up 44. Your support alone helps grow this digital sanctuary for the balanced fusion of poetry, meditation, and stillness. So be sure to do that, as I would greatly appreciate that, without a doubt. Before we step into the poetry, like always, on this live broadcast of the Cave Within, let's kind of course, continue on with our breath work. We got our first three breaths in to warm up a little bit more. Now we're going to dive just a little bit deeper, like always, for those who are listening for the first time, and for those who are regular broadcast viewers, y'all know the drill on this. If it feels good, close your eyes like always, or just soften your gaze, right? I want you to, again, place one hand above your heart in the center of your chest, one hand above your belly button as well, the opposite hand, rather. Of course, if you're laying down, relax yourself, ease all tension, relax your shoulders, soften the jaw, the whole 9 yards. For those who are sitting down, sit up in a nice, tall, upright, seated position, shoulders relaxed, everything from head to toe, no tension involved, releasing tension in all areas. We'll gather ourselves and we'll inhale for our first breath together. Inhale through your nose for 3 to 5 seconds. Hold our breath for 3 to 5 seconds and then exhale slowly for 3 to 5 seconds. Again, inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose or mouth for 3 to 5 seconds. And now, just while you inhale through your nose for 3 to 5 seconds, then you hold your breath for 3 to 5 seconds, and then you exhale slowly for 3 to 5 seconds. You exhale slowly for 3 to 5 seconds. And just you quietly tell yourself, like always, I am here, I can slow down, and one thing at a time is enough. As you continue to inhale through your nose, as you inhale, I really want you to feel the breath expanding through your chest, allowing the belly button to expand out as you hold your breath and inhale. And then as you exhale, belly button fall back into the stomach and allow your chest to soften as well. As you continue to inhale, hold your breath for those few seconds and exhale. Alright, alright, alright. As we wrap up our guided breath work, continue to inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose or mouth, just reminding ourselves again, I am here, I can slow down, one thing at a time is enough, as we'll do 3 more inhales, 3 more exhales together like always. Again, inhaling through our nose for 3 to 5 seconds. As you inhale, allow the breath to expand your chest, expand the belly button while you hold your breath. And as you exhale, let the chest soften and the belly button slowly float back into the stomach after the diaphragm being opened. As you inhale, hold the breath for a few seconds, allow the diaphragm to open up, pelvic floor to expand, and exhale. Let it float back down as we'll do one more breath together. Inhale through your nose. Hold your breath for a few seconds. Once again, exhale through the nose or mouth, whichever is more suitable, whichever is more comfortable. Just reminding ourselves again that we are here. We can soften together, and we do not have to believe every thought that's passing through us all the time. We really don't. Because for the overthinkers, that matters. Not every thought is true. Not every thought really deserves your energy. And not every thought deserves your agreement. So tonight, on this study workflow Tuesday here in the cave within, we're going to create a room where your mind can loosen its grip a little bit. Because I feel like that is definitely well deserved and well needed. So I'm thinking about you overthinkers right now because I'm guilty of this myself. You know, we all have moments where we overthink things and we create problems that don't necessarily need to be there in the first place, but they become part of the situation that you're going through because you probably had these wild thoughts just racing in your mind over and over again like a NASCAR race or something. So, this first poem to kick off our poetry reading for the cave within, I wanted to dedicate this y'all for all the overthinkers, because that's what it's literally called for the overthinkers. The mind can turn night into a courtroom. Every unfinished task, every awkward conversation, every fear of tomorrow called back to the stand. And suddenly, rest becomes difficult because thought has confused itself with duty. But the soul knows what the mind forgets. Not every problem needs your attention tonight. Every fear is a prophecy, not every loop is wisdom. Sometimes peace begins when you stop calling panic preparation. Yep, yep, yep. This is for all the overthinkers out there, for all the overthinkers. I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all. How y'all feeling about that in the chat? Let me know how y'all are feeling in the chat about that first poetry reading. For the overthinkers, y'all, for the overthinkers. That's what we doing this for the overthinkers. What's going on? Rectangular Center CP. I appreciate the love in the chat, without a doubt. Let me know how y'all are feeling in the chat right now. This is for all the overthinkers, for all the overthinkers. That's what the name of this first poem is. To read it for a second time, just to make sure that y'all got the message clearly. The mind can turn night into a courtroom. Every unfinished task, every awkward conversation, every fear of tomorrow called back to the stand. And suddenly rest becomes difficult because thought has confused itself with duty. But the soul knows what the mind forgets. Not every problem needs your attention tonight. Every fear is a prophecy. Not every loop is wisdom. Sometimes peace begins when you're calling panic preparation. I want to let that settle for just a few moments. I wanna let that settle for a few moments because a lot of over a lot of overthinking is not clarity, y'all. It's simply just pressure with nowhere to go. If you really think about it, we tend to create our own pressure when we overthink things that don't need to necessarily be there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a certain amount of pressure because you need a certain amount of pressure to, of course, create diamonds, but you don't want to create too much pressure and mess up the diamond that you're forming out of the rough. Then it's like you really have nowhere to go if you kind of think about it. It's a good way to kind of look at it. It's a good way to look at it for sure. Man, here we are, y'all. I want to talk to all the overachievers real quick, y'all, because I want to talk to all my overachievers real quick with this second poem that we're about to dive into, right? Because again, tonight, the goal isn't to force silence, y'all. It's to create enough softness that your thoughts stop running the whole room. I mean, it's really all we want at the end of the day if we really think about it. I mean, at least that's what I'm trying to give y'all tonight. So let's go for a little bit of late work light, shall we? That's the second poem, by the way. Late work light. Because all we need is one lamp, one breath, one page, one prayer. You do not need to carry the whole night. Only this moment. And maybe this moment is enough to begin again. Short, simple, and right to the point, y'all. Late work light. All you need, y'all, all you need is just one lamp, one breath, one page, one prayer. You do not need to carry the whole night with you. Only this moment. And maybe this moment is enough to begin again. Yes, indeed, y'all. Yes, indeed. Let me know how y'all are feeling in the chat about our spoken word flow on this transformational Tuesday, y'all. Late work light, late work light. Let's go. This is the Cave Within, your live digital sanctuary, as we are broadcasting a balanced fusion of poetry, meditation, and stillness on this April the 7th, 2026 evening. I'm so grateful to be with y'all on this evening. As we established our stillness, we got a little bit of poetry in. So now we must dive into our meditation. And we're going to shift to the ambient portion of the night, and we're going to dive deep into the sounds like always. And for those who are basically used to this on these regular broadcasts that we've been doing for the Cave Within, get ready to relax like always. I know y'all can utilize this on this transformational Tuesday as we wind down. And for those again who are tuning in for the first time, for those who are tuning in for the first time, this is where we shift to the ambient portion of the night. It's less words, more sound, more room, more focus, more stillness. And this next part right here, it is basically it's basically for study, work, journaling, quiet prayer, breathing, calming the nervous system, or simply just being held by the atmosphere. So we're about to lock and load, y'all. I want y'all to picture, I want you to slowly but surely begin to close your eyes, soften your gaze. I want you to listen to the sound of the waves and the water flowing in the background. Visualize a nice, beautiful green forest ambience with the birds singing. The sounds are so peaceful you could just sleep, rest, focus, study, whatever comes to your desire within your desires. As we remove ourselves, like always, from our breath, excuse me, as we remove ourselves from our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, our ego, and we acknowledge and accept and embrace our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions and our ego as we slowly become the observer and the watcher of our thoughts, emotions, feelings, and ego instead of being so attached to them as we regularly are. As we focus in on our breath, breathing in through the nose for 3 to 5 seconds, holding your breath for 3 to 5 seconds, and then exhaling slowly for 3 to 5 seconds. And as the soundscape begins to settle in, visualizing that beautiful green forest ambience with the water flowing down the river, with the birds that are singing in the background, sounds so peaceful to where you can just rest, focus, study, or even sleep for a little bit. I want us to remind ourselves with this soundscape settling in that we are safe enough to focus. We are safe enough to slow down, and we are safe enough to return to one thing at a time. And just a quick reminder, we do not have to carry everything right now as well. As we dive into our meditation for the evening, I will be checking in periodically just to make sure we're still in tune. All right. Well, we are still tuned in to our ambient soundscape within our meditation. Quick heads up before we continue on. Quick little public service announcements, like always, and friendly reminders for those of you who have been asking for something you could take with you off stream. The Night Sanctuary Volume 1 is being released within the next 2 weeks. It will be out the earliest on April the 20th, no later than April the 27th, that week in particular. And that pack will include a variation of who knows what you'll get. You may get a guided meditation with a chakra frequency immersion, maybe some guided breath work and ambient soundscapes. You maybe might get a little bit of a poetry reading with some ambient soundscape. You just never know with the Night Sanctuary Volume 1 pack being released in 2 weeks, starting on April the 20th, the earliest. So mark your calendars and save the date there, because if this space, the cave within, helps you sleep, study, breathe, or come back to yourself, there will be a way to carry that with you anytime, courtesy of the Night Sanctuary Volume 1 audio pack, coming in the next 2 weeks. I'm also opening one-on-one mindfulness sessions within the HFWB Exercise Transformation Program. I am an ISA certified exercise transformation specialist. So these sessions are designed to help you reset your nervous system, improve focus, reduce overwhelm, and build better mind, body, spirit rhythm in real life. If you want more information, you can reach me at 361-765-4760 via phone call or text message, or you can email me cpope.cp@gmail.com, and that is your email capture and direct checkout lane right there. So if you want updates, that's a way you can stay connected right there. Also, like I announced yesterday on my birthday stream, my newest poetry book, Infinity Chakras: A Journey Within, is out now on Amazon via ebook and paperback, and I am working on getting it released in audiobook as well very soon. So the audiobook version of Infinity Chakras: Journey Within should be out by the end of this month, but it is available now on ebook and paperback format as of right now. I will be doing a live book premiere event for the Infinity Chakras this Sunday for the Sunday Night Soul Stream, the return of the Sunday Night Soul Stream on April the 11th, 2026. Be sure to subscribe at Mr. Did Not Give Up 44. That way you don't miss out on that. And I will be launching a 7-day chakra challenge beginning next Monday, April the 13th, tied in to the Infinity Chakras journey within. So stay tuned, y'all, because a lot is moving through this sanctuary. So let's settle back in. If you're studying, let this support your flow. If you're working, let this hold your attention. And if you're resting, let this lower the static. As we continue to breathe in through our nose, holding our breath for a few seconds, and exhale through our nose or through our mouth. As we stay here for just a little bit longer, for about 1 to 2 more minutes, I just want to remind y'all that let the focus come gently, return to your center, and let this sound hold you, as you do not have to solve the whole week tonight. All we have to do is just focus on right here, right now, as we lock in for just a couple of more minutes. All right, y'all. As we begin to wind down our ambient immersion for tonight, as we continue to come back into the physical realm, as we slowly come out of the spiritual realm, slowly but surely gather ourselves back into our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our ego, get back in tune with ourselves as we wind down with our final three inhales and our final three exhales. As we inhale through our nose, holding our breath for a few seconds, and exhale slowly through your nose or mouth. As we inhale through our nose, holding the breath for 3 to 5 seconds, and then exhale slowly for 3 to 5 seconds. And as we make our final inhale, our best inhale yet, inhaling through our nose one last time for 3 to 5 seconds, holding that breath for 3 to 5 seconds, and then exhale. A nice one big sigh through the mouth for 3 to 5 seconds. And as we begin to come back together, slowly open your eyes if you haven't already, or come out of the softened gaze, whichever. And I want you to ask yourself, how are you feeling right now? Let me know how y'all are feeling in the chat like always. Are we focused like always? Are we calm, lighter, grounded, reflective, maybe a little bit sleepy, clear, present? Let me know how y'all are feeling in the chat on the cave within. This is your live broadcast. This is your digital sanctuary for a balanced fusion of poetry, meditation, and stillness. Because whatever is true is always welcome here within the cave within. And if you've been studying or working this whole time during this stream, I just want to thank you so much for even allowing me to be a part of that and allowing this to be your background noise and background sound. Let me know real quick in the chat as well. Did this space help you focus? Did this space help your mind settle? Did the poetry meet you where you were tonight? Let me know how you're feeling in the chat. It's truly appreciated. I'm grateful for everybody who is taking time to tune in to another live stream. I appreciate that. Thank you, Papa Drakes, for following the channel. I truly appreciate it. Share this stream, share this with someone who may need it as far as more than you personally who is tuning in, because this is a digital sanctuary. I want to grow this day by day, step by step. If this space is helping you tonight, please, by all means, subscribe at Mr. Did Not Give Up 44, kicks.com/ Mr. Did Not Give Up 44. If this stream gives you peace, that is how you could support the experience more than anything. Hit that subscribe button. Tip yours truly at Mr. Did Not Give Up 44 or kicks.com/ Mr. Did Not Give Up 44. All it takes is one person, y'all. One person at a time, one day at a time, one step at a time. Your support helps me stay empowered, uplifted, and inspired to bring these soundscapes, to bring these poetry readings, to bring these guided nights, y'all. Thank you for being here tonight inside the cave within, y'all. We did it, baby. That deserves a cheers and a round of applause all together. We did it, y'all. We did it. My name is Clifton Pope of HFWB, y'all. And this is for the restless souls, for the night healers, the deep healers, and for those returning to themselves. I want y'all to have a wonderful night, family. I want you to stay focused, stay soft, and come back here tomorrow night for your deep midweek flow as we're going to redeem ourselves from last week, y'all. I promise. I do apologize about last week. We're going to have ourselves a better deep midweek flow. So come back, y'all, inside the cave within. This is yours truly, Clifton Pope of health, fitness, wealth, business. This was definitely
Awesome.
and I hope y'all have yourselves a wonderful night, family. Whenever y'all need the sanctuary, you know where to find me, inside the cave within. Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love.